Hey, good morning. 19th October 2019. Or 20,000, yeah, 2019. Yeah, 20,019. 2019. Get up and turn Fox News on. That's basically where I've got to turn it to get some decent, honorable truth. We've already found out that the others, a lot of others, not all, made some good ones, WND and Next News and the conservative outlets. Well, they're more honest. They're more truthful. They're more trusting. More, you can trust them more. More trusted. It's the essence thing, people. It's an essence thing. Isaiah 32 talks about liberal thinking and godless thinking. It can't be trusted. That's where liberals live. They live in the lies, man. They paint. Liberalism is the perfect path into the cruelty of socialism because it's able to lie and deal with people in ways that it just lets the cruelty of socialism set up. It's perfect. It's perfect. That's the reason they're holding hands so much. They said he had 20,000 people at a Bernie Sanders rally up there in was it in Queens or somewhere up there? And had AOC with him and he just where do people think these numbers are going to come together at? When are they going to realize, people, you might make it look decent for a few years, but see, the thing about it is, it's like Margaret Thatcher said, the problem with socialists is they soon run out of other people's money. What happens when the money's gone and there's too many mouths to feed, there's too much medical to put out, there's too much other things, that all this grand amounts of money that you've had, what happens when that money's gone? What do you think's going to happen? I'll give you a second to think about it. Well, you don't have enough money to fund everything, and you got too many mouths to feed. And there's no way you can get the money. There's only one avenue. After you get to a certain point, there's only one avenue. You don't have the resources, and you got too many mouths to feed. There's only one path to take. People, they're already talking about getting rid of people in the earth. Earth is too overpopulated. It's already on some of their lips. Come on. Put it together. Put it together. Put it together. There's already too many mouths to feed, and things are tough. We don't have enough finances for everybody. Come on. Come on. Now listen. You got to think. We got all these billionaires and millionaires and all this stuff, and they got all kinds of money. It's not being used. People, it's paper. It's written down. It's a piece of paper. They don't have stacks and stacks and stacks of cash. It's paper. It's something similar to an IOU. It's not real. It's not gold piled up. It's not tangible. It's a piece of paper with a signature on it. You're living basically on IOUs. And you're basing the dreams of people that are feeding your mind on IOUs? God, people. And they're liberals, they're socialists, they're already known liars. Jeez. God. The numbers don't work. Oh, listen, they'll get rid of someone like me that says, no, that's not right. That's wrong. You can't go around doing things like that. That's not godly. It's not moral. You cannot do that. No. Oh, they'll get rid of me first because of my mouth. And they'll get rid of other people like me because of our mouth. Don't do that. It's wrong. Even though we speak that which is truth, and that which is honorable, and that which is actually just, will be gotten rid of because we don't agree with them. Remember Hillary Clinton, all of her BS lies and junk that went on around her? I'm deplorable. That's their attitude. They're sick. People, liberal thinking is sick, godless, immoral, poop-sucking attitude. It just is. It just is. Isaiah 32, verses 5 through 8 will tell you where the problem lies. It's a poop-sucking attitude. It's a bad problem. But you listen to these people, and this woman says she comes from, where was it, Ireland? Or somewhere. They had her on Fox where they was interviewing people up at the Bernie rally. Griff was, and she said, I get to vote for a socialist Democrat in America. I don't get it. I don't get it. See, listen, capitalism, a free-based market, people, entrepreneurs, people that have an idea how they can make money in business, capitalism, they invest and they grow and they prosper at it and they hire people. And it builds the economy. More taxes are paid in. Things are put in. But the thing about it is, let me remind you of something. You realize if you go into a socialist system and they pick the winners and the losers. No, you don't pick them. They pick them. They pick the winners and the losers. That's the way socialism works. They pick the winners and the losers, and then they get rid of the ones that disagree with them. They're the losers. They become part of the losers. Capitalism says that if you pay a person a good wage, they pay a certain amount of taxes, and that person is taking home a good payday, then they're more happy, more content with their job. What do you think's going to happen when the man gets out here and he busts his friggin' buns for 8-10 hours a day, and then he comes home and he's taking home a third or a quarter of his wages? He made $140 that day. And what do you think's going to happen when he takes his payday home and he's only got a payday for a week? So he gets $140. How much is that? It's $700 a week? 5 days, we'll say 8 hours a day, $700 a week, somewhere through there. But maybe it ain't that much, I don't know. But anyway, he would have brought home $700 for that week, but he only brings home $350. How long do you think that person is going to be content busting their friggin' butt all week for $350 when he could have brought home $900 after taxes? or not 900, but $550 after deductions. How long do you think they're going to be content with that? Well, I've busted my butt, and now I can't even afford to buy a new car. I can't afford to put a roof on my house. I can't afford to get my kids new clothes for school. How long do you think he's going to be content having his teeth kicked out? Because deductions stole his payday. Taxes stole his payday. How long do you think they're going to be content? Oh, it looks great on the. That's like some of these automakers and stuff and things that people put out these vehicles. Oh, on paper it all looks awesome. But you let the electronics in one of these vehicles go nuts and you start working on it, it's a friggin' nightmare. Everything looks awesome on paper. But when you start working on it, it's a nightmare. It's the same thing. It's all this socialist stuff looks awesome on paper. Looks awesome in the mind. But when they get out there and then you start putting people's butt to the grind, and they find out, this is tough. I'm busting my buns, and now I can't even afford to live. The fella that come up with the idea has got 3 multi-million-dollar homes. He's living the life of Riley, and I'm down here busting my friggin' butt, and I'm doing good to make it week to week. That's what you're talking about, people. That is what you're talking about. Everybody needs health care. We need to spend $30 trillion the next 10 years on health care. They tell you all this stuff. But people, they're killing millions of babies a year. Why are they killing millions of babies a year? I mean, let's talk some sense. Why are they killing millions of babies a year? Well, for some of them, they just don't want the little bastard. They just don't want the little inconvenience. They just don't want the hardship of having it. They don't want this. And then for others that are up there, listen, it's going on in their minds, people. They want to get rid of some mouths. Here back first part of the year, there's a group of scientists gathered somewhere down south, the U.S. down there, scientists from around the world. You know what they said? 1/3 of the world's population need to die off. Put it together, people. Put it together. They're killing millions of babies a year. 1/3 of the world's population need to die off. They don't have the money to finance the world. Education's higher, medical's higher, food's higher, petroleum's higher, everything's higher. Put it together. And you got people that are already lying and scheming and plotting behind closed doors. What was it David in the Old Testament said? He said, the wicked plot behind closed doors to capture my soul. The dirty person behind the doors is trying to manipulate me and my life. That's what he was saying, the dirty person. You know, that's what I've tried to stress. To get you to realize what lies in the background, what is in the secrecy behind the words of these liberals and socialists. The secret things that are not telling you. The things that are being spoken behind closed doors. The things that are woven into people's minds. And when they say, oh, that honest, decent, just, godly, moral person is deplorable. That's what I've tried to get you to realize. I've been doing this for 5-6 years. I've tried to get you to understand they don't hate capitalism. They don't hate Donald Trump. They hate truth. They hate honor. They cannot pee on everything as long as truth and honor have a voice. these Ayatollah Khomeinis and a North Korean leader and Japan's, or not Japan, but China's leader and Russia's leader. They can't pee on everything as long as godly moral voice is alive, people. They don't hate Trump. They hate the godly moral voice. They cannot lie, cheat, and manipulate everything as long as the godly moral voice is alive. This is not what you think. This is an essence battle. This is an essence battle. It's a character battle. Truth and lie are like this continually. That's what you're seeing now. They're continually doing this right here. It's an essence battle. It's a spiritual essence battle. The perverts that lie, cheat, steal, scheme, plot, rape, and murder cannot get by with it as long as there is a godly, moral, just, honorable system working alive in the world. They cannot cheat and steal and rape and murder. Why do you think they want Donald Trump out? He's uncovering the friggin' rot. We're hearing that just about daily now. Stuff that went on under the lying, fraudulent sit-in of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, James Clapper, James Comey, John Brennan, Lois Lerner, and IRS. The rot that went on. It's almost daily now. Something else is being uncovered. Why do you think they want rid of Donald Trump? Because the freaking perverts broke laws. They cheated people. They stripped. They raped this nation. They done all kinds of rot. They done all kinds of rot. They want truth and honor to die. What was it Donald Trump said to Hillary Clinton when they were campaigning in 2015? If I were president, you'd go to jail. He's been pushing for that. Why has it been stalled? Because, people, the truth and the lie are doing this. They're doing this. The lie is resisting. The swamp is resisting justice. The lies, the trash, are resisting justice. Sometimes I even get to the point, I think those leaders in Chicago, they put Rahm Emanuel and I think there's a woman in there now, I'm not positive. But they put these friggin' Democrat lawyers in there. These friggin' liberals, socialist thinking perverts. They put them in office. I don't think they care that people are dying. I'm about to believe, they don't care that people are dying. We'll say Chicago is just a box full of mess, people. It's a box full of mess, just like San Francisco and all the people homeless out there pooping and peeing all over the sidewalks and everything, running businesses out and everything. I don't think they care. I'm getting to the point. I can't see the leadership of these cities caring. I can't see them caring about the citizens of their own city. Death is not a good thing. It's just not. Death wasn't meant to be. It's not a good thing. And I think of Elijah Cummings and his family's left up there. I know there's people there in that family that are heartbroken, and I didn't particularly want to see Elijah Cummings die, but Elijah Cummings needed to be removed because he was a voice of this liberal socialist garbage going on. And I'm not attacking Elijah Cummings. I'm attacking the spirit that used him. At rally, they was talking about that rally there in Queens. Was well at the Bernie Sanders rally and had AOC there, but they was talking about that rally. You know, AOC was a voice behind the voice in the resistance against Amazon. Amazon was wanting to put an outlet or something there, an Amazon store, an outlet, something or another. Thousands of jobs. Thousands of jobs. They said for every dollar that people paid out in taxes, there would be $9 brought in. I think it's what Amazon would have said. Amazon, they was talking about on Fox. For every dollar of taxes that were paid out, they would have garnered $9 for every dollar they paid. $9 would have come back in revenue. The city didn't want to spend the money or something to help it get going. Now you think about that. For every dollar that would have been paid out by the city or something, Amazon was going to be putting the city would have got back $9. I don't know exactly how they said it, but they would have got back $9. Paid out $1, got back $9. They fought it. They resisted it. Well, Amazon said, well, have it your way. We'll move it somewhere else. And here they had that rally with, I think it was within a stone's throw of where that site would have been. And bragging about socialism. They just killed thousands of jobs. And bragging about socialism. Capitalism was going to bring them wealth into the area. They killed it. And now they're bragging about socialism. Put it together, people. Put it together. Capitalism was going to bring thousands of jobs. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars of revenue. They killed it. They killed it. They killed it. And they're bragging about socialism. Socialism, who knows? They may decide, well, we'll put something in there ourselves. But you know what's going to happen? They're going to get a lot of revenue, but the people that are going to work there, they're going to work for maybe a quarter or a third of what they would have made under Amazon. Under capitalism. They're going to take home a quarter of what they would have made. And they're bragging on socialism. The numbers just do not work. They do not work. It's a lie. Look here. See this little dude right here? This little dude over here. See him? The numbers do not work. Oh, in summer, I'm going to walk down to warm beach and kick my feet in a nice warm sand. I'm going to lie in the sun and get a good tan. The numbers don't work, people. Oh, here's something else I seen there this morning. They got to looking into the Hunter Joe Biden deal, you know, around the Ukraine and China. This gas company or whatever got to looking and said they think, from what I garnered, I was busy doing something else and I come in a room and they was already talking about it on TV. They said he was getting paid $50,000 a month in an occupation that he knew nothing about. But they said this morning that they believe he was making 82,000 maybe it was a month for something he had no history of. He actually knew nothing about. He's making 82,000 a month. Well, now a company ain't gonna pay out that kind of money unless they're getting something big out of it. Something big in the background. Wonder what they were doing. Wonder what kind of connection old Vice President Biden had set up. Wow. Well, this company in Ukraine, isn't it connected to the FISA warrant, the DNC, the Clintons paying $9 million to a British agent? Yeah, there's connections there. Oh, the spider web was woven, but now they got Donald Trump coming through with AG Barr and Durham and all that, but they're taking an axe to the spider web. The Trump is the swamp is being attacked. The garbage that you accepted, that you knew it was wrong for years. You said politics was dirty. You knew it was wrong. Then you get a man comes in and he starts going out to break up the friggin' lying fraudulent show, the party that these politicians have been playing at the expense of the American people. They get in there to break it up, and they tell you, they start crying and say, well, he's gonna tear everything down, he's breaking it all down. And then you start licking their butt. People, put it together. Put it together. The lies are being uncovered. It's a friggin' 75 years of lies are being uncovered. The names are popping up. Put it together, people. Come on. Put it together. Well, got to go up and see my mom today. I was going to take her fishing today if it'd been warm enough and dry enough, but we've had rain since yesterday evening, I think, and here in southern West Virginia. It might have backed off through the day, but it's wet out there this morning, and I may not get to take her. She's been wanting to go. I told her I'd take her last year, and I didn't, and last year. Didn't get to. Things set on me this year, and I couldn't do it, and I wanted to take her today because I may not get another warm day now. Don't know. Well, I'm going to back off. Have a good one. People. Only in the truth and honor of a godly, moral system will you be served fairly, justly, honorably. Socialism is not that path. Socialism is not that path.